I'm Caleb,
Skyler.
I'm Victor.
and we're here with our guest Victor tonight. Victor, what's up, buddy?
What's that, man?
Yeah, we've previously had him on you were on a stream before,
Yeah.
I believe. I forgot we were playing White Noise, I remember now.
Yeah. I sucked
Alright.
that game, but it was fun.
But this is not a stream. This is serious discussion about comics. Mainly last month's release of The Punisher.
Which was a great fucking show.
That show.
It was a really good show.
It was a really good show. John Bernthal he is the Punisher. He just fucking knocks it out of the park as the Punisher. And
I am going to say this. That actor that played the Punisher in the first movie, I thought he looked more the role. Like, I just thought his face was more fit for the Punisher than the current one.
I can agree with that. I can
But
definitely agree
I still
with
agree that he was a better one. The new one, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the Punisher to me in the comics has always had that strong jawline.
Yeah.
I love John Bernthal as an
Because-
actor. He does not have that strong jawline.
That's what was
though.
missing.
But I'm not going to go over the plot too much, but basically this is continuing the Punisher's journey that began on season
Question.
2 of Daredevil.
Should we give spoiler warning just in case? Or are we gonna
There will be slight spoilers. We'll let you guys know and everything. So quick recap, real quick here.
I might say spoilers, just warning you guys.
I'm not gonna get too spoilery here, so just hang on for a second. All right, so quick recap here. So basically, this continues Punisher's journey that he began in season 2 of Daredevil. Where at the very end, he's got the fucking Punisher logo, and literally the beginning of the season opens up with him literally wrapping up that entire storyline.
I know it's really late and everybody should have seen Daredevil 2 by now, but just in case you haven't seen Daredevil, it's kind of a spoiler. It's kind of a spoiler.
If you haven't seen really you should start with season 2 of Daredevil before you watch this. I would highly recommend you watch season 2 of Daredevil before you start the Punisher, just to get a lot lot context.
Yeah. Like the story really starts.
Yeah.
The only
Punisher
series
and
that you
Daredevil
can skip and still be is Iron Fist. All the other ones you must see.
They really do go over most of Iron Fist stuff in Defenders.
And Defenders, yeah.
But, anyway, it begins with him like wrapping that all up, and then the series continues with an FBI agent digging into his case, and an what was Micro? He worked for the NSA.
NSA. He was an analyst.
And then an analyst who released some footage of with a fucking redone origin story for Punisher. Actually,
Can I just comment on one thing though? One thing I didn't like about the beginning of it is that they only showed him ending his business, hunting the drug lords, all those people.
Like I said, it literally wraps it up in the very first 2 minutes his journey through
first 2 minutes.
Had to make
wrapped up.
10 minutes of pure savage. That would just set a good tone for the series.
Alright, so before you get to talking about that, let me just go through the plot real quick and then we'll talk about all the meats and potatoes of the series.
Sorry.
Yeah, you good. I just want to get through this so we can get through the video and everything. Alright, so where did I find... Oh yeah, so fucking an ex-NSA agent contacts him, and so now he's got to go up against the government and everything. Wait, no. The fucking Micro, the NSA agent Micro contacts him and is like, hey, I know you're alive, because the world thinks Frank Castle is dead at the start of the series due to, I think, the stuff that went down in Daredevil season 2.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say it from here on out, just fair warning, there will probably be spoilery talk from here on out, so if you're trying to, keep this as the Punisher experience as fresh as you can before, watching it or everything, then don't watch our video. Just click off it right now.
Yeah.
This is your warning.
There's no way it's not going to get spoiled.
We're going to have to talk about it.
Yeah, so the world thinks Frank's dead, and this guy's like, hey, I know you're fucking alive, and Frank's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So he gets Karen Page from Daredevil involved, and
She did a great job.
The stories just start to collide into one conspiracy of that goes higher and higher up the chain with this one guy that Frank used to work for, and from start to finish, Punisher. The story focuses on Punisher and the NSA analyst Micro and the FBI agent. And I would say the chemistry with Micro and Punisher is really absolutely one of my absolute favorite parts of this show.
It's what drives it forward.
They're really
It really fucking does. And we also get
And also the world thinks Micro is dead.
Oh yeah.
So his family also thinks he's dead. And guess who shows up when investigating Micro to meet his family? Fucking Punisher.
Frank fucking Castle.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. Frank's coming for them.
You know what? I was really worried for a second there that they were gonna do that whole like, oh, the family's like, you know, like getting really attached to him and it's gonna cause like unnecessary drama or conflict, but they didn't really push that too much, and I was really fucking thankful.
There was a little bit of it, and it was just the right amount.
And that's the thing about this Punisher series. While I really loved this Punisher series, I was also very underwhelmed by it because it's not as violent as I say that it's not. It gets really violent, but
towards the end, but
not as much as you
consistently
expect.
throughout the show entirely, it's not that violent.
And you get long
But
periods
it
of
definitely
exposition from the action, and you know I think all the actors are actually fairly pretty good in the show.
And also, gotta admit, for like a by the plot conspiracy theory plot, they did a really good job with the story. And even though like we only got snippets of like super crazy violence here and there, I feel like they did that on purpose, so they wouldn't just be accused of being like a gore fest or a shoot fest.
Yeah, yeah. And it ended up being like it had its moments placed throughout
This
the show.
is a
I thought it
very
was good.
like. I feel like a lot of people were expecting a very action-driven show, but this is not a very action-driven show. This is more of a character, it's a character-driven show, and I think that's fine. I love Frank Castle's character. I love the questions and the moral dilemmas that are fucking brought up in the show. You got that kid Lewis, this show hits a lot
Some
on
real
veterans
hard
and
points.
everything on sons, a lot of shit, people
You
like,
got to make something that meant
experience.
something.
Yeah, like people coming back from war experience a lot of like hard like mental shit,
PTSD.
readjusting and everything. And this show like
Addresses
it addresses issues with veterans.
Yeah.
As far as comic book wise, or any comic book accuracies, for the most part, the great thing about Frank Castle's character is really the main important parts that you need from him are, I guess, some kind of like militaristic background, and his family dies. And this time he's a Marine.
Yeah.
And his family gets shot in a park by involved in a government conspiracy. And this is all covered in Daredevil season 2, so this honestly was nothing new.
Like I said, it shouldn't be, but if you
See, at first you think it's just a drug thing, it's an accident, and you just keep thinking, oh, that's just too convenient. An accident created the Punisher, but now they make it a point to explain why that happened, why that had to happen.
Frank's not the only one who gets an updated origin story. I believe Billy Russo. Typically from what I was reading, like, cause fucking I'm a loser in my spare time when I got nothing to do, I just look up fucking comic characters. When I understood, fucking Billy Russo, who in the comics is known as Jigsaw, who fucking think they set up fucking perfectly. I totally forgot where I was going with that. I am so high right now.
See,
I didn't know he was another character. He's gonna end up being like the Jigsaw.
Oh yeah, they changed his story a bit. I don't believe he's fucking typically Frank Castle's best friend.
No, in the Punisher Warzone movie, he's actually just a mafia guy.
Yeah, he's a mafia
who's
boss.
still like handsome Billy or something, still like pretty boy and stuff. And in the movie, Frank dumps him like a glass recycling plant. He's just like there, and Frank, instead of killing him, just activates the machine. They just start like shredding glass. So the dude is like in a sea of like shattered glass getting spun around and gets all fucked up. Like that's one thing they got well in that movie. Jigsaw's makeup, he looks really fucked up.
Fucking the way they create him, fucking in this, they're like fucking one of my favorite scenes.
It's more
like,
personal.
Yeah, fucking he just slams his head against the fucking just. My god, there are some brutal fucking scenes in this
I
show.
love how he finished the "This is Sparta." Like he literally just "This is Sparta" kicked him in the back of the head and smashed his face against the glass.
Like, I honestly think that might be another reason why it wasn't as action packed is because there's some seriously brutal scenes.
I mean, I feel like the exposition and everything really like sets that shit up though. So when you see it, you're like, God, fuck, man, holy shit.
You wanted to see gore, you have it.
Frank Castle truly is a one-man army. Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure he has the highest kill count in the MCU.
Almost
Maybe by people who have killed planets.
Yeah, I was
Besides
gonna say next.
That's true. That's
Besides
true.
like cosmic level threats, I think he's probably got the most
Yeah.
kills.
Yeah.
Human wise.
Human wise.
Human-wise.
Not human too. He has killed some alien shit and some like
Yeah.
magical shit in the comics.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm thinking Iron Man has the highest kill count now with that bullshit he pulled at the end of Avengers where he shot the like nuclear missile at the alien
Non human
ship.
kills.
Those are non-human kills. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, Chitauri are like bugs, so
Yeah.
in that case we probably also got pretty high kill counts of those.
What did you guys think of fucking Agent Orange, the main bad guy of the show? That's all they address him as. I don't. Oh, Rollins.
Yeah,
that's-
Rollins.
Yeah,
I really didn't
Agent
feel like he
Orange.
was all that big of a villain, to be honest.
See,
Like, it was more just Frank Castle just trying to find him. Honestly, it was more like finding Wallow.
I think what they try to do with him is not like a villain that we're like scared of or that we're afraid of, but just a guy like you ever seen Harry Potter, The Order of the Phoenix?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's like Umbridge. You see what I mean?
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
just that
Oh,
guy
no,
that it's not meant for you to say, "Holy shit, he's the bad guy. We should be scared." It's like that guy needs to die.
You're
That's
right.
when you just look at him and say, "That guy, he's so fucking sleazy. Just die already."
Yeah, I know
And
what you
that's
mean.
what they went for it.
Because that's
That's one
satisfying
of
seeing
the
him
things
dead.
about the show is it didn't really feel like it had a main bad guy. I mean, Rollins was the main bad guy, but I never got that he was doing anything. It always just felt like he was there.
Yeah, he was just there.
They're like, hey, this is a bad guy. He's a bad man, and we're like, okay, he's done some bad things. Okay, I'm with it.
And I was
He's gonna
disappointed
do
by that.
more bad things.
But I was disappointed by that when they said there's a government conspiracy or why you got your family killed, Frank. I thought, holy shit, that's gonna go deep. That's gonna be really fucking cool.
Was expecting it to be a lot deeper than
Yeah,
it was.
and all it was just this one dude using fucking military to smuggle heroin out of the state so they can make money for other ops. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
That's it? That's why they died? And I was a little disappointed for that. He could have been a little more evil, like something a little bit to a greater scale.
They kind of did try to make him that way, make him like a sadistic fuck.
I had
like,
the
he-
same
True,
same
but-
way with fucking Schoonover, the Colonel guy from Daredevil
Yeah.
season 2. The way they wrapped up Punisher's series in Daredevil season 2, I didn't like at
okay.
all. I was like, really? It was the Colonel the whole time and whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, what? He was the blacksmith. He was selling heroin. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was a good twist. I did not see it coming.
It was, yeah, I definitely didn't see it coming.
They're like, oh, he's talking about Frank. Frank saved his life. He wouldn't screw Frank. And I was like, oh shit, I should have seen that coming.
Yeah, come find out.
And one thing I was disappointed too, all we see in the season 2 of Daredevil, he drags the guy to a shack and kill him. Like we don't see him actually doing the act like we
Yeah.
got to see in Punisher.
Another thing that's so weird about this show to me is that fucking he gets the okay, they made us wait all of Daredevil season 2 just to see him in the fucking Punisher logo, and he throws it away within the first 2 minutes of the show.
Yes.
It's not till like episode I want to say 10 or
10.
11,
Yeah.
10 that you even see the Punisher logo again, and I'm like, Netflix, what on earth? Like,
But think back to Daredevil season 1. He didn't wear his costume to the last episode of the first season. I think they went kind of for that, but the thing is, in the Daredevil season 1, he really becomes a hero at the end. And at the end of this season, he doesn't become the Punisher. Like, the closing scene is in, like, the circle of army vets, just talking about how he's scared
I
of
love the
war to
closing
fight.
scene for this fucking show. Really, I like that they didn't end on him, regaining as the Punisher. Like, it kind of ends as him. Like, is he gonna, is he gonna try something different? I mean, we know he's probably gonna go back to being the Punisher, but he's trying to, at least reconnect with people. He's getting his stuff out there. He's talking about it. He's not keeping it all to himself. I think throughout the show, he kind of learned that you need people sometimes.
See, what I want to say is that ending was fitting towards this show, but what I wanted out of this show is seeing Frank Castle like fully become the Punisher. Like he gets out of the end of the season, he's ready to fucking punish some motherfuckers, and I hope that that's how the series was gonna end. And when it didn't end like that, even though they didn't really set it up, it was still an okay ending, a good ending, but I just really wanted that scene of him just cold and just like ready to kill some motherfucking criminals. It just ended like firing bullets in there. Something like that.
I kind of like it because it's kind of Frank. The Punisher is kind of like Wolverine to me, where they have this internal battle where they want to be good people, but they never really can. They always get thrown into shit. So I kind of liked it a bit, and I feel like if they do, which I really hope so, if they do come out with a second season of Punisher, his costume would probably end up being on a lot more.
I feel like it'll be season 2 of Daredevil, basically, where he's pretty much
in it all the time,
wearing it all the time.
Yeah. See, what I think will happen, he's just gonna be like, oh, I don't have a war to fight. He's gonna be brooding the first few episodes, and then he's just gonna see some real fucked up shit happen, and then he's gonna realize the world needs the Punisher, and then we're gonna see his transformation, and then all I wanted for season 1 is gonna happen in season 2, just like for Daredevil. I wanted him.
You know what I want? Because they established him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I would love it if they crossed over Ghost Rider. With
Ghost
fucking
Rider with
Punisher.
Yeah.
I would love fucking Ghost Rider to stare into Punisher.
Yes, I'm just thinking about that.
What kind of fucking
it would
debate
be
would that
awesome,
be?
but they haven't put any of the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff in any of the Netflix.
Yeah.
Series.
Not even S.H.I.E.L.D.
I have a whole. Don't make me rant on this. Video for another day. I will fucking literally. We'll get a big chalkboard. I'll get some string or something. I'll mess up my hair. We'll look fucking crazy, and I'll just fucking rant, and I'll be like, "This is what I don't like about Marvel television."
Right.
I don't want anyone to think we're not. I enjoy the show.
Awesome.
We love the show. It's just like. It could have been more. It definitely could have been more. I would say it's definitely worth your time, though.
Definitely go watch it. I would definitely go watch it.
Okay, I'm gonna compare it to let's see, which movie could I compare this to? Age of Ultron. You expect it to be like fucking amazing, but it was good.
Because unless you're like a Marvel fan or you like know some history and stuff like that about the Punisher, the show is great.
This is honestly awesome.
I'm gonna agree with that actually, because I think this show really sets up for people who don't know jack shit about the Punisher.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, this show is also not a bad. Like I know I said you should watch Daredevil season 2 before you watch this one, but this is also it's so standalone and kind of disconnected from the other shows. You could honestly just watch this show without watching like any of the other like Marvel Netflix shows. The only connection really is Karen Page and the beginning part.
Yeah.
Like that really is kind of the only shit that they like.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Daredevil 2 like kind of helps explain some of the people in Punisher, so that you would get that from there.
I feel like you could kind of pick it up though. If you just started watching it
by yourself.
I feel like they did that on purpose because I feel like they wanted to make a realistic thing. Just a guy with the guns versus people with guns. Every other show has like some superpower or motherfucking ninjas or mind controlling motherfuckers. You know, this show is just people against people, and I think they.
I mean, that's the Punisher, though. I mean, like the Punisher. I mean, the Punisher, like in comics, you know, he's done some crazy shit, but like, we're just starting on him. You know, you gotta save the crazy shit for later. You know, he's just got established. He's just doing his stuff, and you know, I don't mind a Marvel show just having like people and everything. You know, because people are still doing bad shit in the world. You know, you still got that ground level shit happening.
I think that helps the show.
I will also say that I believe this is the first fucking like Marvel series to show the fucking Avengers power. So was it like the last episode? I completely freaked out about it too.
12, it might have been the 12th.
There's like a shot of the skyline. And just, it's the tiniest fucking little thing. But I swear to God, you look in the background, you can see the fucking blue building and everything. Small little Avengers Tower. Finally in the Netflix, like, fucking show. So I can finally rest at peace knowing that the Netflix shows do take place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Truly.
You know what would be really, really, really cool?
What?
If in the first Phase 4 movie of Marvel, that Spider-Man, the Punisher showed up. They made a Punisher Spider-Man movie.
Fucking...
Because they said they're going to have things that never
did I tell you that Tom Holland and John Berthmel, Tom Holland who plays Spider-Man, John Berthmel plays Punisher, they actually helped each other get the roles for Spider-Man and Punisher. They made an audition tape together and sent it in, and they got their roles.
Dude, they should just release that tape and do the same thing that Deadpool did when they released the trailer, and then that pressured Fox to making the movie. Just release their footage together of the audition, and people like,
I'd fucking watch it.
Right? Me too.
Mm.
Okay, one thing we haven't really talked about, we just said it's great. It's the fucking relationship between Micro and the fucking Punisher. Their bromance.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about that. All right. So we haven't even really talked about Micro.
Yeah.
So fucking David Lieberman, Micro, the NSA analyst, basically the Frank Castle is involved with that fucked up operation and like going over in like Afghanistan and everything. And David Lieberman found like a recording of it because one of the guys during the operation was recording everything, and
he leaked.
He leaked the footage to the internet basically in the world.
But the NSA caught it.
The NSA caught it, and they tried to kill him for it basically because they didn't want it, leaked and everything, and so. They shot at him and he had a phone protecting his heart, and so it, blocked the bullet and everything.
For life, I would carry your phone in this pocket.
So just like Frank, the world thinks he's dead too, and he kind of fucks with Frank at first, to be like, like you need
back.
me, and then Frank fucks right back with him, and they just do that throughout the whole show. They just keep fucking with each other.
They're constantly assholes to each other throughout the whole show, but it's great.
Yeah,
at the end, they're like, as the show goes on, like they go from like really just reluctant allies to like an actual, there's something there, and it's just one of my favorite parts of the show.
See, there's a great moment where like Micro is being pressured by the Homeland agents, and he says, I don't owe you. I owe Frank. He saved me, not you. And so I gotta keep my promise to him. I'm like, hell yeah, that's loyalty, bro.
Yeah.
You can see that he cares about Frank.
He definitely built that.
I also just want to say that I didn't think that the child actors for fucking David Lieberman's family, Micro's family, the family wasn't bad either. I thought the family was.
The kid annoyed me. The boy, not the girl. The girl was chill, but the boy was a little bitch.
Oh my god, I fucking lost it when Frank straight up just fucking grabs the kid and just like fucking. You feeling lucky, punk? Oh my god, you ever want fucking Scared Straight right there? Yeah, Scared Straight fucking Frank Castle edition.
There, Frank Castle.
He just starts talking to him about like, you ever seen like the life drain from a man's eyes before kid? It's like, Frank, what the fuck are you doing?
Hey,
the fuck out of this kid.
It worked.
It did work.
It worked.
It worked.
Apparently, tip kids, if your kid doesn't want to talk about it, just put a fucking knife to
Pull
their
a
neck.
knife and just like,
You feeling lucky, kid?
share your emotions with me, motherfucker.
Oh, man.
But I mean,
So yeah, it was good.
one thing I also want to mention is like the treatment they do to veterans. Like they show all sides of people who just feel lost. Like you can really understand why those people feel like their country has let them down after they were willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice for their country, and they got let down.
I was surprised the fucking Lewis kid that they brought up, one of the veterans. I was surprised that they brought him. Like he comes back, but he's okay, but he wanted to come back like not okay.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to come back with like a reminder of the war or something.
See, it's because then he wanted people to look at him and know that he was in a war. Because right now, people just thought he was another civilian, and he hated that. He hated being a civilian. And I think, honestly, if Curtis had let Billy Russo contact him, he wouldn't have gone and bombed all that shit. But he still would have used Lewis as one of the agents against the Punisher. And that would have been cool, maybe.
He was. I liked his storyline, honestly. I kind of like he was an interesting character. How he went out.
I kind of wanted him to join Billy Russo and then go against the Punisher.
Yeah.
Right?
Been pretty cool.
Honestly, he just kind of seemed like a character that was there.
Yeah, I'm like
his stuff never seemed. It seemed like he was almost part of a completely different show at some point.
Literally, yeah.
I think it's because they wanted the show to mean something, so they just added a character that's to represent how the veterans feel out there. Because then they can always get another appeal saying, "Oh, that show shows the side of veterans that other shows refuse to show." And I think that's what they tried to do.
I think they did a pretty good job.
I think so too. I think it was fucking great.
Fucking that kid I thought was pretty good playing a fucking just.
Oh yeah, he played his role well.
Yeah, he played his role well. His dad just kind of disappears. I don't know if you guys noticed, but
he disappeared.
I don't remember the last time we saw him, but like that whole time all that shit was going on, I was like,
yeah, I don't
like, and then Punisher mentioned his dad. I was like, oh yeah, his dad is like.
Yeah, I don't
think about
remember
this. He's a side character of a side character of a side character. See, to just show that guy would have been useless time.
I kind of would have liked to know the aftermath again, like the whole like his son being a terrorist, like or something like show something of that aftermath.
Maybe that's season 2.
Like I said, this show does a great job of setting up a lot of potential for a season 2, and if Netflix does not go forward with season 2, I am going to be very sad.
I hope they do, man. They need to. That was just perfect, dude. I mean, okay, it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't what we needed, but it was what we deserved.
John Berthmel is the Punisher.
Mhm. Yeah, it was definitely a real good show. I definitely suggest it. You should definitely go watch it if you haven't.
We haven't talked about Madonna yet.
Oh, the fucking FBI agent who
And
is
no, Homeland.
Homeland. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so
Homeland
Madonna,
Security.
the fucking Homeland. Did I say Madonna?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did say
Fucking
Madonna.
Madonna, the Homeland Security agent, fucking singing her way through the castle case. Just, I don't.
Hey, one question. How did she lose the video? Because Micro sent her the video and somehow she fucking lost it.
I don't remember them. Here's what I was confused about with the character. I never remember them explaining. Like they probably did
What?
explained how she lost the video. I just don't remember it. And also, fucking, I never truly kind of understood what her whole interest in Castle's involvement with that case was. They never truly specify, you know, what her connection to the guy that's killed is. Or
Yeah, they didn't explain it. They made her a very emotional character, so I felt like she had some connection to him, but they didn't really explain what it was.
See, I feel like Madonna was supposed to represent like people who are pissed at the government but like are not going against it. Because
Yeah,
she still worked for the government. She was fucking pissed that the government betrayed one of their allies.
yeah.
And I think that's what she was trying to be. But you're right. It didn't really.
It never really goes anywhere, I feel like.
She's still a good character.
She
I
is
like
a
what she
good
does in the
character.
series.
Her interactions with the Punisher never seem to really, like, seem to kind of go. You know, even, like, I was like, expecting her to
She's
do
more
more
like-
in the final
I mean,
fight.
They interact 4 times through the whole show.
She
Like
was
when he
kinda
saves her
like
from the car.
Misty was to Luke Cage.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
that's how I saw her to the Punisher. Honestly.
You notice that like all Netflix shows, they have a girl psychic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Even Jessica Jones has a girl psychic too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. It's a thing. I don't know why, but it's a thing.
Is there anything
It's
we're
cool,
missing on the Punisher?
Let's see.
Madani, she gets her. Well, is that spoiling? We talked about the whole relationship.
Oh, we already fucking spoiled so
Okay,
shit.
the
Fucking-
Madani gets a relationship with Billy Russo.
Sorry.
That's-
Yeah.
Oh my god, fucking
Yeah.
Billy Russo fucking kills Madani's partner.
Yeah.
And then they're just chilling in the bath, just like fucking like, these are the hands that killed your partner.
I fucking love that Billy Russo had the Assassin's Creed thingies.
Yeah,
Right?
that's fucking awesome. I like that.
He was such a scumbag character. I loved his character.
But he was slick as fuck. That scene was just walking away, the music's playing, just headshot.
Oh,
double
yeah,
tap,
when
double
he's
tap,
killing
headshot.
everybody?
Yeah. Explosion in the background. Don't look back because you're cool.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Billy was something down.
You know one thing
Oh.
never...
Oh, my bad.
I was going to say, they never touched back on the first episode because the first episode was just Punisher, like, working away his anger and
Oh,
construction
yeah.
site, just, like, fucking up, like, stones and shit. And you see these 3 guys trying to kill this other guy who was, like, kind of nice to the
Never
Punisher.
gets brought up fucking again.
Yeah.
Oh, you never hear about
I
that.
mean, it's still pretty cool because then we see the Punisher really punishing some motherfuckers. And that scene is great. You know, it's
Mhm.
gory, it's nice, but they never bring it up again.
Yeah, and that, I kind of put that together with the first bit. It's a little bit more drawn out, but the first bit where he was actually dressed up as a Punisher and they show him killing off all
Yeah.
the different mobs and drug, whatever, corrupted people. It's kind of like another little short thing, like, oh, he's back into it again after disappearing for. I don't know how long he disappeared when he went to that construction job. Did it
I
say?
think, like, probably the time to Defenders and Daredevil soon, too, you know?
Probably.
I say so.
I want to say this
No one
probably
cared about
takes
to
place
mention-
after Defenders what?
We forgot to mention about the drug dealer, the black guy. I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about?
Turk.
Yeah!
Wait, wait,
He almost killed Turk.
Yeah.
You remember that?
wait, how did Turk live?
No, Punisher was just like, he didn't kill him. Just didn't kill him.
Yeah, he just
Because, I
didn't
mean,
kill him.
he literally gave the Punisher all the information, was like, he cooperated, you know?
He could, yeah, Turk.
He was-
He cooperated in everything.
Turk is the luckiest motherfucker alive.
Turk literally
Like,
does not know how fucking lucky he
dude,
is.
the
Holy
Punisher had an
shit.
execution style.
He was
and-
ready to shoot, and he's like,
Alright, fuck it. No worth the blood, just...
Shit. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Hell yeah, he was in there. Oh, shit.
Man. One
But,
character I felt bad for, too, was fucking Gunther.
Who?
The guy who leaked the video in the first place.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's the reason this whole fucking mess happened. He's the reason Frank's kid got killed in the end.
Yeah.
Because
Because they thought Frank was the one that
Yeah.
released the video in the first place.
and that's why they killed him. But you know what? I don't think they thought that Frank did it. The Agent Orange guy just fucking hated Frank. So, hey, excuse to
Yeah.
kill him. Let's fucking do it. Because Agent Orange. hated
Yeah,
that guy.
because fucking Agent Orange's like eye is all fucked up and everything because Frank like literally blinded him and one eye punching him so hard.
Just like
Can
one
I also
punch,
say,
done.
before I forget about it, my favorite fight in the whole like
Hmm.
season actually takes place at the beginning when fucking Frank's going up against that other old guy and they're just
Oh,
fucking
that
going
was
at each
a
other.
fucking-
That was a
Yeah.
pretty even
Frank.
fucking fight. I like
Carson
that. I like.
White was his name?
Yeah.
I love them showing that like the people who train Frank can go against Frank.
Yeah, that was a fucking fight. That was a good fight. I like the fact that Billy Russo wasn't
A pushover.
actually a
either.
pushover.
Yeah.
And you know, when I first started seeing that fight, I was like, why doesn't he just go to the hostage and say, come out or I'll fucking shoot him? I just like, why didn't you do that at the beginning? But he eventually did that. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't dumb, you know?
But I was gonna say, yeah, that fight with him and Carson was a really good fucking fight. They were
All the
really
Punisher
good.
one-on-one fights are great.
Yeah, they were really good.
What was
Fucking he's
missing?
brutal fucking one-on-one.
What was missing was the hallway scene like they had in Daredevil.
Yeah, I don't
I
recall
wonder
there
if
ever
they
being.
just keeping that to
See, it's
their
not even a
level.
hallway
Well,
scene.
no, I mean like almost every other Marvel Netflix show has had a hallway fight scene. I
Oh,
think
yeah, I guess they
except
did.
Jessica Jones, I believe.
I don't.
Yeah, that's right.
Season 2 of Daredevil had one. Iron Fist had one. Luke Cage had one.
Yeah.
Fucking Defenders had one. Defenders
Defenders.
was my favorite.
It's not so much of a hallway scene, it's like a single shot scene
Yeah.
where
Yeah,
they like
it just kind of like stays perfectly there, and then you have.
because
like,
a lot of the fights, like they edited the shit out of that. They weren't continuous things. Like, oh, let's do this here, now
The
let's do this here.
Punisher's fight, the hallway fight scene in Daredevil season 2 is seriously one of my all-time favorites.
Dude, at the
fight
prison, he
scenes.
just wrecking fucking everybody
Oh
too.
Yeah,
my
he
god!
fucks them
Oh
up.
man!
So you know what would have been really cool? Like that scene when he's in the forest with Gunther, just like followed through, like just followed punch from behind, just going up alone, like killing every single guy. Like just
Gunther
followed
was
behind.
doing good too. I like that they were showing like he was a
Destroying them
killing
with that,
badass
yeah.
too, like just
I
like
like
him.
I like the fact that they made it clear that everybody that was with Frank Castle was not.
It's
pushover.
pretty much like a
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah.
Just Frank's the most badass of the badasses,
See,
basically.
They were a squad of badass, like the best from the best, and Frank was their fucking captain. Frankie and Billy were their captains.
Like the only one that kind of got fucked over, and it sucked because he would have won that fight if he didn't grab his leg. But
Curtis,
was
my
boy,
boy,
Curtis.
Yeah, fucking Lewis got a leg up on him.
This super chill motherfucking doctor, most nicest guy in the world, fucking has like a prosthetic. How do you pronounce that?
Prosthetic?
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah,
Prosthetic
prosthetic
leg.
leg.
And there's one side where fighting against Louis, the kid he was trying to fucking help, and Louis fucking removes his fucking leg and beats the motherfucker with his
The
own leg.
motherfucker with his own leg.
Come
Oh
on, dude.
my
That's a
God.
dick move. That's
man.
do it with your fist, you know, his leg.
I mean, in war, it's whatever it takes to win. But still, that was a good move. It
you could have
sucks,
just as
man.
easily punched him, but you know, he took his leg and just like,
Right? I was like, you dick.
Alright, well, fuck.
one thing I also want to mention is how badass, how little fucks the Punisher gives. Literally, there's a bomb strapped to Curtis' chest, and Punisher, like,
fucking John
Lewis is
Berthel's,
calling.
like, fucking performance
Yeah.
and just not giving an absolute fuck is amazing.
I mean,
Lewis could have, like, blown up that place anytime he wanted, and Frank was like, you're a fucking pussy! You are a pussy! You're nothing like me! I play face to face! Come face me,
Yeah, he's like, I kill
motherfucker!"
people like face to face when I kill him. Like you're just hiding behind
You're
a
a
bomb.
coward.
Yeah.
And Louis is like, motherfucker!
Curtis is like,
Lewis
trying to kill me,
totally
okay?
like pushes out and he's like, fine, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Stop saying mean things to me.
Well, no, I thought it was funny the whole time. Curtis was in the chair like, are you trying to kill me? What are you doing? He's fucking doing.
And the way the Punisher gets Lewis to give up which wire, because like, are you ready to kill me, Curtis? Because I'm gonna cut a motherfucking wire. Are you ready to kill me, boy? I'm gonna cut it. He's like, Punisher gives no fucks, man, and that's what I love about him.
But I like this about Punisher too is it shows a lot about the whole psychological side of like really
Losing
just
family, PTSD.
yeah losing like PTS. It's like it shows a lot of psychological things and then plus torture too. Like
Oh
it
yeah.
They
doesn't
go heavy on
It
it.
also
doesn't show
shows
torture
that the
at all.
American military, like fucking, like
yeah.
really the cost of freedom, and like that,
Oh, yeah.
like we are, like it really seems like we are the bad guys sometimes going into these other countries, like.
Oh,
and-
no.
But see, the thing, the military is not the bad guys. And this is the point of the show. The guys, the grunts fighting it, they're not bad guys. The guys
Except
pointing where they point. Okay, except Billy, but he was a fucking mercenary.
yeah.
It's the guys pointing the military where to shoot who are the bad guys, and that's a point.
That's what Agent
completely
Orange
agree.
says. He's like, you're the gun. I
I
point you where
plan to
down.
shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they do they? Yeah, I think they talk about that in the show
During the
during
mission.
during the missions and stuff. They
yeah.
talk about the other soldiers like, hey, that's a like a person that you don't talk shit about them. It's not really them they're fighting like individually. It's you have to fight the. So I mean, it's a lot of big psychological things if you look at it that it's pretty nice to learn.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap this one up.
Let's do a grade then, 1 to 10.
1 to 2.
Do you guys want to do a run through of the Marvel series? Just like give it up a straight grade and see what you guys think.
Real quick, or just on Punisher.
I'll stick with Punisher
Okay.
for now, I guess.
I would give it a 10.
Damn.
I give it
Dang.
a 10.
So you thought it was perfect?
I loved it. Well, no.
See,
I give it
I think
I give
it's
it a
perfect. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna give it 9.
8.8. I give it 8.8.
I'll give it just a solid 8.
You know what I'm saying? I'll go with a solid 8. Because, 7 is a good show, but this was just better than a good show. It was a great show, but it wasn't like, holy shit.
It was, yeah.
I am
definitely
curious.
wasn't,
Have
but
any
I
of the
really,
Marvel
really
shows
liked it.
been a 10 out of 10 for you guys yet?
Okay, Daredevil season 1 to me was a 10 out of 10. That was just
Daredevil season 1 was
it's
a nice
fantastic. The way the villain, Wilson Fisk, is one of the best villains in the MCU.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they make you feel hopeless
Fucking-
about that
I don't
shit.
know the actor's name, but he really brings life to that character.
Yeah,
His
like,
origin story is flawless. His execution is flawless. You believe that he's the fucking Kingpin, and you're fucking terrified that he is the fucking Kingpin.
Dude, when he goes, we're gonna get into another conversation. Save this for
Do you
another
guys have
video.
1 10 out of 10 in the MCU?
If I had a 10 out, I would say, I would kind of agree with you. Daredevil season 1, there's just something about it that it like, I guess maybe it was just because at the time the MCU had literally never seen anything like Daredevil. I was fucking amazed. I was like, holy shit, they're going hard with this actually. They're giving us some hardcore shit. What?
Yeah.
That gave benefits
it
a
was
lot of
pretty-
credibility. That
Oh,
show
yeah.
really, like...
I
What
would
about
say
you,
it
Scott?
was definitely, it's pretty epic. I would say it definitely set the bar for all the other Marvel shows. I don't know how I would grade it because, like, I kind of compare every other show to it. So I was like,
So any of them you say it's perfect? Of all the shows, you say, damn, that series,
I would
that
say-
season was perfect.
yeah, I would say Daredevil. I would give it a 10. I definitely give it a 10.
Well,
Season 1, I would definitely give it a 10, yeah.
Alright, awesome. Well, I hope you guys fucking like enjoyed our video, just us talking about Punisher and shit. Go check out the show, it's on Netflix and everything.
It's really good.
Definitely
Really
worth
worth
your time. Victor, dude, thanks for fucking coming
Oh,
on
it's a
and
pleasure, dude.
fucking kicking it, man.
I enjoyed
And
these.
fuck, I guess we'll see you guys some other time.